Hello everyone, this is Charles1K92, and we are back, or should I say, starting our journey with AC3 and, soon, AC Liberations. So these are the remastered variants of their original counterparts, and we are going to be starting off with AC3 because AC3 is in my mind, probably one of the few games that has been pretty decent. And here we are. Now, unlike the original, we don't have any multiplayer, since AC3's multiplayer no longer exists. So, we're only treated to single player, the Tyranny of King Washington, and this is the entirety of its DLC, not in different, well, it will be in different segments, but you get what I mean. So, let's hop into the single player, start the game.
Used to be when people talked about the end of the world, we locked them up, or laughed them off. Sometimes both. But we never took them seriously. Maybe we should have. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Better to start at the beginning, with the abduction of Desmond Miles, my son. This boy had no ambition, no direction, no plans for the future. What he did have was a heritage, one he chose to deny. It nearly cost him his life. He was captured and imprisoned. Those who took him believed he could help them find something. The apple. One of several artifacts we call pieces of Eden. Bits of ancient technology scattered across the globe. Some hidden, some found, all of them dangerous. Most are held by a single group, the same group that now had Desmond. You know them as Abstergo Industries. We know them as the Templars. As the enemy. We've been fighting them for thousands of years. Even longer if you believe the stories of their origins. I do. After all, I've seen the truth. That's the beauty and the horror of the Animus. A device that allows us to enter and experience the lives of our ancestors. It holds the power to change everything, to show us history the way it really happened. Up until its creation, to the victor went the spoils, went the truth. We're trying to fix that, to free minds and bodies both. But there's only so much that we can do, and the Templars have the upper hand these days. But something larger than the Assassins and Templars is approaching, bigger than all of us. And if we can't find a way to stop it, these next few weeks will probably be our last. Everyone's last. In the end, it all comes down to him. To Desmond. Through the Animus, he discovered his heritage, explored the lives of his ancestors, and uncovered their secrets. When that was done, he trained. He used another ancestor to provide decades of experience in the span of a few days. It worked. We think. We hope. Soon we'll know. That ominous date fast approaches, December 21st, 2012. None of us knows what it'll bring, only that this is where they want us to be. When it does. They've been guiding us in their own fractured, frustrating way. These voices from the first civilization, the ones who came before, a precursor race of immense power and uncertain motives. They're the ones who made the pieces of Eden. This is where they've led him, and through him, us. He stands at the entrance to this long-lost place, armed with the knowledge of Altair and the abilities of Ezio. He holds in his hands the apple of Eden, and we stand at his side, ready to support him however we can. His name is Desmond Miles, and he has brought us to the end.
What an intro. And this is it.
we're here.
Is it me, or is it a little bit,
Let's go.
I might have to do something. Hold on. No. Do that. Background. What does that mean? Luminance. What that do? Okay, that's a little bit better. Maybe. Alright, so this is the beginning of AC3. So, for context, if we'd finished with Revelations, Desmond and the modern-day assassins would have found where the Grand Temple is hidden. And here it is. And this would have been quite some time after the fact of Desmond being stuck in the Animus after falling into a coma. Armed with Ezio's Piece of Eden, Desmond will now unlock the Grand Temple with it, and will soon begin to, well, save the world.
In another moment, down went Alice after it, never once considering how in the world she was to get out again.
Seems the door doesn't open that much. Although I thought I turned off subtitles, I'm going to have to double check that. Oh yeah, this is nice. Alright, try that again. There we go. Looks like it's... Ooh.
I think we're here.
And here it is, the Grand Temple.
key. You must find the key.
Son?
Sir.
Oh, fuck.
Here we go again.
Desmond?
Again!
Hear us.
Crying out loud.
Yeah. What happened?
The temple triggered a bleeding effect. You collapsed and entered into a fugue state.
So naturally, you dropped me into the Animus instead of, I don't know, making sure I was okay?
You weren't in any danger. Besides, the temple appeared to be communicating with you, and I didn't want to risk severing the connection. At least not until we knew what it wanted.
Right. Of course.
Son,
No, it's fine. I get it. And I know what I'm looking for, by the way. It's a key. Just no idea where it is, though. Guess that's why she triggered the bleeding effect.
She?
Juno, Dad. She's talking to me.
Okay, so...
Okay, Desmond. While you were, visiting Constantinople, we picked up a software update for the Animus. I'd like to run a couple of quick tests, make sure there aren't any major issues.
Okay, so... Notifications, Animus database. Well, this is nice. Been a while since I've seen all this. Right, general... Definitely off. Wow, can't even go... Just making sure.
All right. What do you need me to do?
We'll start simple. Walk to the marker over there.
As a matter of fact, I'm not actually liking what I've done. This does not look how it should. Me and my tinkerings. Even if I went maximum, it's like too much, and if we go down to that level... There isn't necessarily a clear default. Yeah, this is like, it's even like too white even. It's like I've got a fog. I can't describe it. On my end, it looks like it's completely foggy. Unless maybe there's something I have to do on my own television itself, which is a possibility. Settings. No, it's picture that I want. Oh, pardon me. Actual movie. No, we've got it set on this one for whatever the reason. No, I have got no clue. Oh man, this is painful for me. So say if I dropped it just to the 100. Alright, so it's completely dark. Yeah, no, I mean that just does not look correct. So if we put everything down below, just to see, perhaps it's the opposite of what I need. So maybe the higher, the better. Alright, no. I mean, let's be fair here. If we went to the max setting, it'd be too much. Alright. So let's just say 200. Ah. Can we go 200 here as well? No. What did I do? Hold on. No, that's relating to subtitles. That won't work. Controls, weapon tools. No, it doesn't matter. No, it's just definitely it's this. For whatever reason. Alright, well,
Okay,
what's that to do?
Desmond. Let's practice climbing on these objects.
Perhaps it gets more clearer as I'll go forward. Anyway, besides my mishaps of screwing around with what everything should look like,
Rerun your way through this little obstacle course.
it looks like we are somewhere that's using British currency. So my bet is that we're somewhere in England. Or in the UK.
That's a constraint. These are optional objectives that raise your synchronization rate. Alright, Desmond. Follow the on-screen instructions and kill the 2 Templars. All you have to do here is jump the gap.
I don't understand how blinding this is to me. Oof, made it. Okay, we're getting something. Distinction of a couple items. Window ledge.
Synchronization levels look good now. We should be able to build the world. Time to find out what the temple wants from you.
Sir? Sir? Everything all right, sir?
Yes, fine. I'm just preoccupied, that's all.
Don't forget your invitation. Master Birch will be meeting you inside.
Thank you.
Where shall I retrieve you once you're done?
Front of the Opera House. And be quick about it. Don't expect to be here long.
I'll bring her round at once.
Invitation, please. Shall I take your coat, sir?
Oh no. Looks like we received an email.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are requested to kindly find your seats.
Does this bring back any memories for anyone?
Good evening, sir. This way, please.
My apologies.
Evening, Haytham.
Reginald?
I can't tell you how happy I was to hear they'd mounted this revival. Gay's best work by far. Have you seen it before?
Once. My father brought me here as a child. Though I remember little of it. I don't suppose tonight will afford me the luxury of a proper viewing either.
No, I'm afraid it won't. On to business then. Do you see him?
There he is.
He's seated in one of the boxes above.
The stairs are watched. You'll need to find another way up.
So is mine. Like me
I already have.
Both against roads and for them. For 'tis but fitting that we should protect and encourage cheats, since we live by 'em.
Sir, Black Mall had sent word of trial comes on in the afternoon.
1,000 pardons. My apologies.
As the wench is very active and industrious, you may satisfy that our soft evidence.
Alright, we have our first database entry. Reginald Birch. So Reginald Birch was a London merchant, the son of another London merchant who conveniently enough also had the last name Birch. It seems it was one of those hard to put your finger on things that ran in the family. Birch started in business for himself at an early age. By the time he was in his mid-20s, he already owned several merchant ships, mainly dealing with the tea trade to the American colonies. That's pretty good going, seeing as by the time most people are in their mid-20s, they don't even see their own shirts. Also quite fat. I have him as part owner of the Providence, amongst others. Later in life, Birch also owned several businesses in and around London. He was a member of White's, which was a posh gentleman's club in London, and generally well known as a respected man about town. So, all good. From what I can tell, Birch met Haytham while working for his father, Edward. They were introduced at White's while Haytham was still quite young. Birch would eventually take over Haytham's education, tutoring him while on tour of Europe in the 1730s. From what I've seen in the Animus, it seems their friendship continued into adulthood, with them working together as members of the Assassins. Hey look, we've even got stuff about Sean. Birth? Yeah, nice try. Sean Hastings is one of the few members of the Assassins who wasn't raised to join the Order. He was recruited as a teenager after his investigations into Abstergo Industries made him a target for the Templars. Hastings has a gift for organisation, and as such the Assassins would be lost without him. With his talents for making connections between historical events, he's widely regarded as the most intelligent person in the Order, and by widely regarded as the most intelligent person in the Order. I mean, he is the most intelligent person in the Order. You may think he's an arrogant bastard, but that's only because he's smarter than you and likes a less than able teenage girl. You find yourself not yet secure enough to move past your inherent and powerful feelings of joyless jealousy. It simply appreciates me for who I am. Oh good, you're actually reading these. I was beginning to wonder if I was wasting my time, because you know how much I love wasting my time. Now make some tea, would you? I'm way ahead of you, Sean. I've already had my tea. Altair ibn Ahad. So, he was born in 1165. So he was born to the Brotherhood in the stronghold of Masyaf. His early life wasn't a happy one. His mother died during childbirth. That's sad. Then when he was a young boy, his father was killed during his first siege of Masyaf. Only shortly thereafter, the assassin he died to save committed suicide in front of the 11-year-old Altair. With his parents gone, Altair looked to Al-Mualim, the then mentor of the Order, as a father figure. Al-Mualim recognised Altair's potential, took him on in his training personally. Altair reached the rank of Master Assassin by the age of 25, an unheard of accomplishment. If there was an assassin book of records, there'd probably be a picture of this fellow on the front. Altair was once of the best fighters in the assassin history. with an arrogance to match. After his disastrous mission in 1191, in which he broke the creed and very nearly let the Apple of Eden fall into Templar hands, Altair was sent back down to a novice rank and forced to begin again. As part of his rehabilitation, he was responsible for taking out major players in the Templar Order at the time, including Grandmaster Robert de la Sabre. Tragically, in the end, he was also forced to kill Unwalim, who turned out to be both a Templar and corrupted by the influence of the Apple. After his mentor's death, Altair took control of the Order, turning it into the secret and world-spanning organization it is today. One of the things that made Altair such a deadly assassin was something we now call eagle vision, a sixth sense inherited from First Civilization. It allows him to read his enemies and the surroundings in a way that goes beyond what the human eye can see. Of course, you'll know more about that than me. I can't believe I just typed that because it's in your blood, and that's part of why you're here. Well, let's be honest. You knew you weren't here because of my enduring affection or my warm, passionate cuddles. Ezio Auditore was born in 1459. Ezio Auditore da Firenze was a master assassin during the Italian Renaissance. You're supposed to put mentor in there, but I'll forgive you. As well as being inherited the mysterious ability of eagle vision and one of your ancestors. Ezio was something of a playboy in his teenage years, but his life changed in 1476, when his father and brothers were arrested and then executed for treason. Ezio tried to save them, but the evidence to clear their names mysteriously disappeared in the hands of a family friend. Instead, they were hung as Ezio looked on. Ezio fled with his mother and sister to Monteregione, where he sought refuge with his uncle, Mario Auditore. While Ezio had originally intended to continue on and settle in Spain, Mario had other ideas. He was the leader of the Italian Assassin Brotherhood and spent the next several years training Ezio and convincing him to help fight the Templars responsible for the deaths of his father and brothers. Ezio spent the next decade assassinating his way through the Templar ranks, eventually cornering the Templar Grand Master Rodrigo Borgia in Venice 1487. Borgia got away, but Ezio was able to recover the Apple of Eden and was formally inducted into the Order. After several setbacks over the next few years, Ezio travelled to Rome in 1499 to confront Rodrigo, who then became Pope Alexander VI. After defeating Rodrigo by sparing his life, Ezio opened a hidden vault under the Sistine Chapel. There he discovered a message left by the First Civilization, warning of the catastrophe that would soon threaten to wipe out humanity. Yes, that would be the one we're facing right now. Over the next 20 or so years, Ezio worked at strengthening the Italian Brotherhood and fighting the Templars, which is sort of what we do. One of the greatest accomplishments would be discovering a hidden library belonging to Altair, hidden under the former assassin stronghold at Masyaf, and containing another message from the First Civilization. He retired from the Brotherhood shortly thereafter, which is what we call ending on a high note. He was terrific at jumping too. Ezio died in Florence in 1524. And this is the Theatre Royale. I would constantly read over all the stuff, but we're not going to. Alright.
A lazy dog. When I took him the time before, I told him what would come to if he did not mend his hand. This is death without reprieve.
So, just to give a bit of context here, right? Haytham is, well, judging by age and everything else, I would like to turn around and say he would be at a Master Assassin level.
If none of the gang take her off, she may, in the common course of business, live at 12 months longer. I love to let women escape. A good sportsman always lets the end barge of his life, because the free the game depends on.
Okay, let's see.
There's nothing to be got by the death of women. Except
Without dispute, she is a fine woman. Was to her I was obliged for my education. And to say a bold word, she hath trained up.
Okay, cool, we're picking the locks now. Alright, so once you find the tension, you hold it there. Then, do the same thing. There we go. So this was one of the few things that was nice. Something which makes a bit more subtle sense.
I've got a bit of stage fright.
A little Dutch courage will put a bloom in your cheek.
No, we won't play just yet.
Jeremy's really burning up the boards tonight. He's a marvel.
I make haste and you get boy. And let me friends know what I intend. For I love to make them easy one way or other.
When a gentleman is long kept...
And here we go.
Haytham. You should have come to me. We would have found another way. Yes. But then you would have known. For what it's worth, I'm sorry. As am I.
Such a gentleman. Boy's gonna get found out now. Gotta get out of here. Quick.
Up at the stateside balcony! Hurry!
Come, please!
Over there! That's the one that's been murdered!
That man there! A man
Seize
was
him!
killed in the upper balconies!
Oh my!
But I've done no wrong. I swear it.
I beg your pardon. No pushing, please.
You don't know who did it!
Please! Let us through. He can't.
I can't get out there!
There is no danger! Peace, friends, there is no danger!
There we go. Traditional chaos.
There is no danger!
It happened right in that balcony.
What are those men doing in there?
Peace, friends, there is no danger!
Move! Imbecile!
He's gonna get tackled.
Where are you going?
There we are.
And how was the opera?
Rather dull, truth be told.
We now have the item that we
Shall we
seek.
be off in?
Aye. To Fleet and Bride.
By your command.
Fascinating. Gentlemen, I hold in my hand a key. And if this book is to be believed, it will open the doors of a storehouse built by those who came before.
Ah, yes. Those who ruled, reigned, and vanished from the world. Do we know what it is that will be held within?
It could contain certain knowledge. Perhaps a weapon, or something as yet unknown, unfathomable in its construction and purpose. It could be any of these things, or none of them. They are still an enigma, these precursors. But of one thing I am certain. Whatever waits behind those doors shall prove a great boon to us all.
Or our enemies, should they find it first.
They won't. You've seen to that.
I assume you know where this storehouse is?
Ah, Mr. Harrison.
Gentlemen,
How fare your calculations?
I believe the site lies somewhere within this region.
That's a lot of ground to cover.
My apologies. Were that I could be more accurate.
That's all right. It suffices for a start. And that is why we've called you here, Master Kenway. We'd like for you to travel to America, locate the storehouse, and take possession of its contents.
I'm yours to command, although a job of this magnitude will require more than just myself.
Of course. Upon this paper are the names of 5 men sympathetic to our cause. Each is also uniquely suited to aid you in your endeavor. With them at your side, you will want for nothing.
Well, then I'd best be on my way.
I knew our faith in you was not misplaced. We've booked you passage to Boston. Your ship leaves at dawn. Go forth, Haytham, and bring honor to us all.
Nice, eh? The provenance.
Some fresh air might do me good.
So we could play some games if we wanted to.
Good morning, Doctor.
To you as well.
A question, if I may. Do you serve aboard the ship, or are you simply taking passage?
A bit of both, actually. I've been commissioned by the Royal Navy to study maritime illness. I'll be observing the crew during the journey. We have found that sailors fare far better on the open seas than the rest of us. I hope to discover why that is.
Well, I hope you are successful in your endeavors.
As do I. Thank you for the kind words.
A moment to talk?
Ah, a fellow Londoner. Good to see I'm not the only man of means aboard. Rupert Martin, pleased to meet you.
Haytham Kenway. Pleasure.
Seems we picked an excellent time to leave the city.
Oh?
You didn't hear about the murder at the Opera House?
No. What happened?
They're still trying to sort it all out. And I suspect they'll be at it for a good long while.
Any word on the motive?
They've ruled out robbery, so perhaps it was a business arrangement gone sour. Or something more personal, more lurid. Who knows? But I am glad to be away from it. The city grows more dangerous by the day.
If only he knew. Alrighty. Another board game. Alrighty. Just going to have a quick few chats with everyone.
Hello, sir.
Do you expect we'll have a pleasant crossing?
It is a quiet time of year, though rogue storms in troubled waters are not unheard of. But no need to fret. At worst, they'll prove an inconvenience. I'm more concerned about pirates and rogue privateers.
Have you encountered them before?
Aye. But the Providence is a strong ship, and her crew well trained. They will surely keep us safe.
Alright, let's find out what's going on, shall we?
And then all will be well.
You sure about that?
Of course. Have I ever led you astray?
Nah. Oh, you don't sit right with the others.
Have faith, my friend. You'll see.
Well, well. Seems our esteemed guest has deigned to grace us with his presence. You might want to head back to your quarters. Top deck's no place for tender parnells.
So I thought.
And yet here you are.
Fancy yourself a joker, eh? Let's see how funny you find this.
That's enough, Graves.
Stay out of this.
Looks like we're going to have a fight.
Listen to this, Hector. Thinks he can swagger on up here and declare himself king of the castle.
Please, fellas, call this off. If the captain
To
sees us...
hell with the captain. And to hell with you, Mills. Whose side you on, anyway?
Come on, mate.
We're ready to go again if you are.
This is unwise.
Why's that? You think I'm afraid of you?
No. But you should be. Do you yield?
Never! How do you like these odds?
What's the meaning of this? Captain, explain yourself at once, Mr. Kenway.
These fought. We were simply passing the time with a bit of sport, Captain.
How about you pass the time by doing your goddamn jobs instead? I wasn't aware I was paying you to loll about. A word, please, Mr. Kenway.
Oh, I nearly forgot. There's your knife back.
A lovely...
I don't care for you, Mr. Kenway. I've had nothing but trouble since you came aboard.
Your problems have nothing to do with me.
I beg your pardon?
You're a poor leader, ill-tempered and cruel, and it's clear your crew has no respect for you.
Look, I don't want to argue. In fact, I need a favor.
Oh, this is rich.
I suspect some of the men intend to mutiny.
Really? What a surprise.
As I cannot trust any of them, I am compelled to turn to you.
And why should I help you?
Because if they do intend to betray, I'm the only hope you have of reaching America alive. Well, what will it be?
If what you say is true, what other choice do I have?
Thank you.
But let me be clear. Should you ever dare to insult or threaten me again, I'll not hesitate but to cut off your head myself. Are we understood? Excellent. Good day.
bewildered, kerfuffled. 28 days later. Or should I say 28 days into their voyage.
Mr. Kenway.
Captain?
Whatever they're up to, I believe it's coming to a head.
I'd best get to work.
Trying to find out what the hell's going on.
He's cut our rations again. Claims we're not provisioned for such luxuries.
It's not right that you should feast on lamb and wine. He's a shifty fella. Won't hardly take his hat off. Biscuits?
You looking for another fight? That it? Go away.
I ain't got nothing to say to you.
Quite the basting you gave Graves and Quill.
Wasn't by choice.
Aye. Blockheads, the both of them. Where are my manners? Louis Mills. Pleased to meet you.
Haytham Kenway. So, should I be watching my back?
I think the boys learned their lesson. They're normally not so nasty. Honest, it's just the past few crossings have been a bit rough.
Oh?
Captain's trying to cut costs, reduce rations, lower wages, more dangerous cargo. It's put the crew on edge.
Is there cause for concern, then?
Not if I can help it. But the captain needs to think about the way he treats his men.
You there! I have some questions for you.
That's nice, but I ain't got time to gossip. Probably wouldn't have anything useful to share anyway. You want information? Try the cook or the doctor. Everyone's always chatting them up.
A doctor, if you have a moment.
Have you taken ill?
Oh, nothing like that. I was wondering if you'd heard any rumblings of trouble aboard.
What sort of trouble?
Unusual complaints or grievances? Men taking issue with the captain or
You
the
sound
passengers?
just like James. Like I told him, I've been much too busy with my research to notice anything not work-related.
And where might I find James?
The galley's your best bet. Now, if you'll excuse me...
I can't talk to cook.
Are you James?
Aye.
Haytham Kenway. Pleased to meet you.
I know who you are.
I was hoping you could answer some questions.
I figured as much, but not here. Follow me. So, what do you want to know?
Have you seen or heard anything out of the ordinary since we left port? Anything that gives cause for concern?
Some of the men have been gathering at night on the upper deck. I've only caught bits of their conversations, so I couldn't say for certain what they're up to. But I suspect it bodes ill.
Is it a mutiny they're planning?
All I know is they've little love for the captain. Mills has been trying to talk him down, but there's only so much one man can do.
Thank you for the information.
I only wish to see us reach the colonies alive.
As do I, mate. As do I. Alright, might as well tell the captain what we know.
You must expose whatever they're plotting.
Your crew's a tight-lipped bunch, but I'll see what I can do.
Well, hurry up.
Evening, sir.
How are things?
Calm and quiet. Just the way I like it. What brings you topside?
Thought I'd wander a bit. Stretch my legs. That's all.
Take care where you tread. The deck hides all manner of danger in the dark.
What was that? Someone's throwing cargo overboard. But why?
He's a shifty fella. He won't hardly take his He's cut our rations again. Claims we're not provisioned for such luxuries.
It's not right that he should feast on lamb and wine, whilst we're stuck with tinned fish and biscuits.
Curious. Most curious.
"33 days into the crossing."
Any news?
Each night it's the same. I scout one area, and they drop the painted barrels from another. I'm going to need to recruit an extra pair of eyes. Maybe James or Mills.
Why are they doing this?
Near as I can tell, the barrels serve as markers. They're leaving a trail. My fear is it's only a matter of time before whoever's following it...
Ship sighted aft! She's making ready to fire!
Beat to quarters, men! Ready them! Brace! Everybody down! A warning shot! Seems they don't mean to sink us, but board us instead! Man the cannons! Make ready to fight! I want you below decks.
Why? Let me help you secure the ship.
Do you know how to rig a sail? To load a cannon? To wage war at sea? I didn't think so. Now return to your cabin, or do I need to have you escorted?
No need to tell Kenway. Although, I reckon he'd be a decent sailor, given that his father was
Secure
one.
the hatch!
Haytham.
Have you been topside? A ship's appeared and means to board us. It's strange. There's no sign of mutiny aboard. Doesn't make sense.
Ah, but it does.
What do you mean?
Did you think you could escape from London so easily after what you did at the opera? That we wouldn't notice? That we wouldn't follow?
Oh.
Ah. So that's what this is about.
Surrender, and I will see that you are treated with honor.
If you wish to treat me with honor, give me a sword.
Are you sure this is how you want to play it?
Oh, coming up to our near end. Quite befitting, don't you think? This shouldn't take too long. Come on, boy. He's dealt with.
I told you to stay below decks.
I did as you asked. Only Mills was there waiting for me. He's the one that drew that ship here. There was no mutiny, only him.
What do they want?
Me.
Then they can have you.
Is that so?
You'll catch us anyway. There's nothing to be done.
I can think of something.
Alfred.
You wish us to sail into the storm?
It's our only chance.
I won't do it.
Then I will.
All right, all right. We need those ropes secured! I told you this was madness.
Arm yourself. I'll fix your sail for you.
Should be done quite soon. Whoa.
We need more speed! Loose the sails! Haytham, you take the foremast! James, to the mainmast with you!
Come on. There we go. Gotta save our friends.
Hurry! I can't hold on much longer! They're all too wet! I'm slipping! Oh, thank you, thank you.
Looks like the enemy ship didn't make it. And that's the end of the video, ladies and gents.